guys, I'm inside the Museum of Natural History, which I promised you a video of. Here is the elephant when you first walk in, and if you look around, you have early life, fossils, and plants. We've got the ancient sea and geology. It's 3 floors, and also a downstairs area. So I'm going to take you through the early life quickly and let you kind of see what this is all about. So here's plant life. Those are some very interesting adaptations that you have as far as the plant life goes. They obviously have very elongated leaves and probably are desert type plants. So here we are at the fossilized. This is the grand opening. And here you'll see all kinds of fossils. Some of these very familiar, especially to biology people, that I had in class. All the trilobites. We talked extensively in class about trilobites. So you can see those, the older things, as well as the fossils here. This one. It's very nice, nice fossil track. And then there's magnifying glasses with all kinds of things, which I always get so. In class, in class you never really care for this stuff, so I'm just going to quickly run through some of the rock fossils that are there. Here is life in the Ordovician, which we know is 440 million years ago, and you can kind of see the chelopods that are there. Those are things that we looked at in class. You go through and you're going to see brachiopods, lots of brachiopods, and different species of those brachiopods. And also here, some of the early life that you've seen in biology. It kind of helps if you've studied a little bit of this. Right now we're looking at the Cambrian zone. Ordovician is 500 million years ago, Cambrian and Burgess Shale. Also see some of these fossils that are here. Probably never seen anything quite like that before. But you can see the crustaceans that are there, and the trilobites. The earliest traces of life is a gallery. And you also have a timeline and time fossils that are there. You look here, they've set up these exhibits with all the what it would be like, and kind of as a window into the past, and what you can expect there. This is Yoho Park, British Columbia, up around Yoho Park, which is in Canada, the United States-Canada border, which is where they found several types of fossils. Then if we go across here to the earliest traces of life, again, and even in Arkansas, we have lots of marine fossils, and which is interesting because Arkansas is obviously not marine. But if you look at these, you can see some of the very earliest fossils that were there, packed with brachiopods. And this was out of Ohio during the Ordovician period. It does go into early atmosphere and what you can expect from the atmosphere, as well as what you can expect is an iron formation, a banded iron formation. You can see them, and they're suggesting that this is 2,250 million years old, out of Michigan. I'm just going to take you through oxygen, the Earth's crust, the revelation light, and life transforming. And then there's also a little video that you can watch, but I'm not going to stay around for the video. And this is where we're at as far as the timeline goes. You've got 4600 is the birth of the solar system and up. Stuff you've already learned, the oldest rocks. fossils of multicellular organisms, about 600, and then present, of course, where we're at now, which is the Phaerozoic. And then here, setting the stage, this is the meteorite that's there, 4600. And if you keep going one step at a time, they actually go through life. Carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, organic molecules, molecular chains, forerunners of cells, one step at a time. And what it has to have: energy, water, and carbon, because we know that that's what all carbon molecules or living things are made out of. And then we get organized, right? And you biology people, you've already known that. You get organized, you make chains. And here's your protein molecule, which is this is the ferredoxin molecule, which is a complex protein molecule from a simple bacteria, which is the first, what they suggest is the first life. And then there's your little pond, and, which is where they say that it first occurred. Going across, you got single-celled life, not just, we have fossil microbes that are there, and we also have single-celled, and then moving into multicellular organisms, as you can see here. The algae, the algae-like features that are there, the curved ribbons, and then the spiral structures. And then moving into even more complex multicellular lives that are found in these fossils here. And then here you have the Eukaryotic sea, and kind of what they expected it to look like in the multicellular organisms that are often found. Jellyfish are probably the most common. Now, when I left this room, you immediately are drawn to the dinosaur fossils, and that's just the first thing. But we're going to go into land, the conquest of land, and here we are. This is the pinchers. And this is water, of course. We're in the water. Land without life, 425 million years ago. This is the Silurian. Fish lay the groundwork for backboned animals on land. And here we are. Land life. And more of the first fossils. And scouts and settlers, the earliest land plants and animals, which they suggest is about 400 million years ago. You can kind of see these little organisms and all the fossils that are there. And the first forest, and here we are, very close to a Tyrannosaurus Rex. And there's also a whole entire thing on life in the ancient sea. And here, of course, is the Triceratops. And if you look above me, you see a huge dinosaur fossil. And here's some more. The glare is really bad here, but what you're looking at. And this is part, and I mean I literally can only get part of this bone. How big is enormous. And then you can see that this bone's from there, the long neck, all the way back down here. And this is a leg bone, and then if you look over there, there's more. Sure. I'm going to stop just a second, students, and take some pictures.